Good morning, class, everyone. My name is Kelly Tucker, and this is my first video presentation. Today we're going to be talking about how to make chocolate chip cookies. And welcome to Kelly's Kitchen. I'm also known as the Professor of Cookieology. The cookies we're going to make today, we're going to be making chocolate chip cookies. I've been making chocolate chip cookies for over 40 years. They are just wonderful. I don't think there's any other cookies to be had out there. But of course, you're always welcome to your own opinion, and this same process will work on other types of cookies as well. Why make cookies at home? What's in it for me? You may be the kind of person that likes to go to the store and buy purchased processed cookies that come in a package. They're all pre-made, they're hard, crunchy, don't have any real robust flavors, and they're just totally under par. With a few easy steps, you can make cookies at home and enjoy them hot and fresh right out of the oven. We're going to go over all the steps today to how to do that, and you guys are welcome to follow along. I've got a handout that I've passed out to everybody in class so far, so at any time, if you have any questions, feel free to just shout them out and I will do my best to answer them. So let's dive right into it. Let's talk about what we're going to do. We're going to talk about cookie dough, first of all. We're going to talk about some of the items you need, such as cookie sheets, parchment paper, oven mitts, and oven, of course, since we're actually baking cookies at home. You may need a spatula, may not, depending on if you actually use parchment paper. I'll show you in the demonstration. A lot of times if you're using parchment paper, you don't even need a spatula, but have one on hand just in case. The main thing at the end of this demonstration, what goes better with chocolate chip cookies than a big glass of cold milk? It's a requirement, state law, you have to do it. Cold milk, hot cookies go together just fabulous. So follow along on your guide, and let's get to the demonstration part of it. The first thing you'll need, obviously, is going to be some sort of cookie dough. You can make cookie dough yourself if you want to go through the process of getting flour and sugar and butter and eggs and milk and the whole mixing it all up. Feel free to do it. But me, good old store-bought cookie dough is just, it's just delicious and it's easy. There's different types of cookie dough as well. You have pre-packaged like this one where it's already cubed up. They come in logs where you slice them. I remember when my kids were in school, they used to sell tubs, actually big tubs of cookie dough. So it's up to you. I like to get these new ones that are all broken up into squares. It just makes it so much easier. Cookie pan. I believe in high quality cookie pans. That way they're non-stick and everything. But I know a lot of people out there don't have super good pans. They tend to stick and everything. That brings me to the next item, parchment paper. This stuff works wonder, and look, right on the box, it shows chocolate chip cookies being made, so you know it's gonna work, and it's gonna work out great. The other item we spoke of, oven mitt. I like these silicone ones that they make now. They work really well. Any type of oven mitt works, but these are really fun because when the grandkids come over, yeah, we can do puppet shows with them too, but that's not a requirement today. The spatula, maybe, maybe not. And of course, an oven. Everybody should have some type of oven at home. Just note that when you're making chocolate chip cookies or baking anything for that matter, not all ovens cook the same. So you might need to do a little trial and error to see how well your oven works. So to make our cookies, we're gonna start with our cookie sheet. I'm gonna use parchment paper today just to show you how it works. A lot of times I may or may not, but parchment paper works so well in that it does not allow things to burn. You can if you just absolutely overcook them, but for the most part, you're not going to end up with anything burned. And it makes cleanup a lot easier. And you just simply tear off some, place the parchment paper directly onto the cookie sheet. Part two is taking the actual cookie dough out of the package. And like I said, this comes in already nice little squares. You just simply, boop, they break apart and it's as easy as that. You're supposed to place the cookie dough cubes 2 inches apart on the parchment paper. If you need 2 inches, I think we can figure it out without the tape measure though. And I'm gonna do a dozen cookies at a time. That's the easiest way. 12 cookies, baker's dozen, we've all heard it, it works. Place the cookie on the parchment paper, keeping them spaced out and giving them room to do their wonderful magic. Now, this is what you should have. You've got your parchment paper, you've got your cookie sheet, and the cookie dough is all ready to go. Oven. For these cookies, they're recommended to bake at 350 degrees. The easiest thing to do is to preheat the oven before you even get your cookie dough out of the refrigerator. For demonstration purposes today, I've already turned the oven on to 350 degrees. It's already warm, it's ready to go. So, with that said, take your sheet of cookies, open your oven, and place them on the middle oven rack. There, they're in the middle oven rack. Next step, this batch says to recommended bake them for 11 to 12 minutes. I like to go on the low side, that way you can always monitor it and make sure if it needs more, but you're not gonna jump right in and overcook them to start with. So we'll set the timer for 11 minutes and then hit start. The hard part about chocolate chip cookies is what do you do while you're waiting for the cookies? Well, you're not gonna have to wait. For our presentation, I've already made some in advance so I can show you how good they look when they come out of the oven. Still on the parchment paper. And the key to the parchment paper, you can just slide them right off onto the counter and let them cool. Look at that. That's a clean cookie sheet. Nothing required, no soap and scrubbing in the dish. Just pop it right back in the drawer. We've got cookies. What did I say the next part was? That's right. A glass of milk and a chocolate chip cookie. I gotta admit, that is fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. And there you have it. Everything you need to make cookies at home. So, let's recap a little bit, shall we? Go to the store, pick out some cookie dough. It doesn't have to be chocolate chip cookies. It could be snickerdoodles or whatever, but I highly recommend you stick with chocolate chip. Bring them home. Get you a cookie sheet. Parchment paper. It'll never steal your own. Get you some parchment paper. Put the parchment paper on the cookie sheet. Put the cookie dough on the cookie sheet. Preheat that oven, 350. Slide those cookies into the middle rack, 11 to 12 minutes. Watch them, keep an eye on them. Don't let your cookies burn. Pull them out, let them cool if you want. I like to eat them just hot. Enjoy a glass of milk. This has been Kelly Tucker, Kelly's Kitchen, video number 1. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much.